So I'd like to call to order the Brushy Creek Regional Utility Authority meeting for Wednesday, May 27th at 6 p.m. Note the roll. Vice President Flores. Okay. Secretary Shaw. Thumbs up. Director Kirkland. Director Baker.
Here.
And Director Anderson.
Here.
Right. Okay. We have citizens signed up to speak, citizen communication. Everyone has 3 minutes to speak. We will be timing you and notify you when your time is up. First person signed up to speak tonight, I have Timothy Secor.
Hold on, guys. I'm getting a message that Michael Thane cannot hear us, so there's a chance that
Okay.
speaker cannot hear. So I'm
Okay.
one second on that. Mr. Secor, are you there? I'm not seeing his name to speak. Hold on a second. Some people are calling in, so he may be in by phone. And I don't know his phone number. Why don't we try the next speaker and then we'll come back to Mr. Secor.
Okay. 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 I have next person signed up to speak. I have Mark Rogalski.
Oh, okay, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir.
I can
Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, at least this is a proof point that
Yes.
somebody can be heard. I just signed up to listen. I don't have anything to say at this time.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next person signed up to speak, I have Judy Barrick.
Again, I don't see her name here. So if she's on by phone, let me email her real quick and see if she can give me her phone number to see if I can see that in the list.
Okay.
Nine 447. Okay, the number 7395 should be Judy
Yes,
Barrett.
I don't have anything to say. I'm just going to listen.
Okay. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
next person we have signed up is Frank Wolfe.
Frank, you're muted.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So I don't have anything to say at the moment other than to ask a question, and that is, will we be allowed to speak again if there's an agenda item, or is this our only chance to speak?
You can speak on a posted agenda item, but you would need to sign up for that specifically. But if you want to talk about it now, you can talk about it now. Paige, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the new.
Yeah, he can go ahead and talk about it now. I think probably the biggest question is with the technology, can we accommodate asking for public comments before each agenda item? And if we can do that, we should do that. If that's difficult with the technology, then the people that have called in should speak at this time about an agenda item.
Okay. I will pass it for now. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And I have next signed up Jana Nace.
Let me look. I don't see her name listed. Let me look at her, find her phone number. I'm not sure if this is her.
Nope, that's me.
Okay,
Who's me?
Jason Shaw.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
Jason Shaw.
All right. And I'll go back to
I
Mr.
don't-
Secor, Timothy Secor.
Monique, I sent you what I have for her.
Okay.
I texted
Okay,
you.
let me. I don't see that number here. I'm just gonna let these other ones on that I see here just so that we can.
So appreciate everyone's patience with our technology here. We had some other people sign up that did not wish to speak.
It's on your desk.
But if anyone would like to speak
Mom
at
ordered
this
3 bags
point,
of apples. They
I
gave
don't
her
know if
13.
people had to sign up to speak, but actually didn't, just wanted to listen in. I have Tony Ruff, Shannon Johnson, James Moore, Brent Pierce, and Catherine Seiler.
Yeah, Tony Ruff here. I'm in on call in, just listen only. Really doing some information gathering. So that's the point of me attending this.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm getting some text that in order to listen in on the meeting, you had to choose the option to speak. So it seems that may be the consensus. If anyone wishes to speak at some point, we'll close the citizen communication, but you can put a message on chat if we skipped over you.
And there's also an option to raise your hand in the Zoom application. You should see that on the right-hand side. You can raise your hand or do it in chat, and we can identify you there.
Okay, so I'm going to close the citizen communication and move on to item 4A, consider approval of the BCRUA meeting minutes for April 22nd, 2020.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I think it's VP Flores and Secretary Shaw in that order. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. I'll call item 5. We have a resolution. Consider a resolution authorizing the president to execute change order number 3 with Excel Construction for the Phase 1C Water Treatment Plant Expansion Project. Mrs. Bondi.
Thank you, Madam President. Can everybody hear me okay? Anand, can you hear me? Okay, good deal. Good evening, board members.
Yes.
I appreciate everyone being here to consider this one important item for the BCRUA water treatment plants. I wish we could have brought it to you last month, but with the effort to bring the plant online, the contractor wasn't able to get us all the information he needed for the change order. And also, since there's a 12-week delivery time on this item, it was critical to get it on the agenda now. So that's why we have this one item for this one board meeting. First, a quick update on the status of the water treatment plant. The plant has been producing treated water for a few weeks now due to heroic efforts by our plant superintendent, Jason Bryan, and his staff. Even with contractor delays and power outages, he was able to get it up and running on our schedule. It's not easy to completely stop and then start up a large water treatment plant. However, with the growing demand of our 3 customer cities, including Round Rock, scheduled next month to begin taking water for the first time, we will operate continuously all summer. And we won't be able to have the type of outages for our plant that we've had the last 2 winters in order to get construction projects done. So the change order that is in front of you today is for 3 large pump control valves that regulate the finished water booster pumps that pump the treated water from the plant to the cities. These have a history of malfunctioning. Based on mechanical issues with these valves and their high frequency of use, the manufacturer has recommended that they be rebuilt quarterly at a cost of $30,000 to $40,000 per year in addition to labor costs. And due to the critical nature of these valves and the history of maintenance problems, staff and the operating committee are recommending replacement of these troubled valves. This would provide a reliable, lower maintenance long-term solution. This change order would also add 45 days to the project schedule and will allow BCRUA to expedite this project using the current contractor. Now staff will request approval from the Texas Water Development Board to use 2017 SWIFT bond funds for these improvements. And we have well over $1 million of, even after this change order, that we will likely give back to the cities unused. The operating committee and I recommend the board's approval to add this $237,715 change order to XL Construction's contract. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Karen, this is Renee.
You have a,
Hey, can y'all-
I have a question.
Yes.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know who was going first, I guess.
I'll go.
Secretary Shaw. Okay.
It looks like he's asking about how much downtime. There would be due
For
to
the
the
water treatment plant, we'll finish.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh.
No, we will not need to
Yeah.
take the water treatment plant offline.
And
Okay.
JP Flores,
Got a
did
thumbs
you
up
have a
on that.
question as well?
This is Renee. I had a question. Are those planning to be rebuilt indefinitely going forward?
Once we have
They're
these
being
new valves
replaced
in, we don't expect them to have
instead
that
of
kind of.
being rebuilt.
Yes, they're being replaced. That's right.
All right, it said
Yeah, I
rebuilt. So
reviewed the proposal and I didn't. No, well, what it is that it says that they looked at the current valve that's in place right now. The manufacturer of that valve has said that they need to be rebuilt quarterly. And so what they've said, they've looked at this and said, okay, well then we probably just got to use a different valve, which makes sense to me. And so the only question I had really looked fine was the 45 days. So there is not currently work going on at this treatment plant that would cover this work. You know, in terms of, you know, because I'm not used to giving contractor days unless something is on a critical path, and this doesn't appear to be something that would be on a critical path normally.
I think, yeah, good point. I think because it's a 12-week order time, and that's nearing the end of where the contractor would be completely done with the job, he's going to need some extra days to, you know, do the construction once we actually get the item. We don't expect that to delay substantial completion of the startup of the water treatment plant. And the other factor is that he has had some delays due to the whole COVID supply chain with getting some items. So this would, I think, help him out, and he won't end up having a, at least he's saying he wouldn't have a force majeure claim, but this kind of wraps all that up and gives him the little extra time he needs without delaying substantial completion.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And anyone that's attending from the public, do you have any, we can open up for public comments if you have any questions or comments about this agenda item. Okay. So seeing none, we have a resolution in front of us, board.
Motion to approve?
And Jason already made a motion.
There you go. There's a lag.
It looks like he's making a second. Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I also heard
Resolution passes.
text from Jana Nay saying that she wanted to listen, not speak.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the motion passes for the resolution. Anyone with closing comments? Item number 6.
Yeah, I'd just like to, for Memorial Day, thank our military veterans for their service. Renee, nice City of Round Rock shirt, way to represent. Have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful evening.
Okay. Thank you to all of you that decided to call in and weather this technology with us. We might be back in person next month. Thanks, Monique, for refereeing the whole thing. If that's it, and nobody has anything else, we can adjourn. All right, adjourn. Thanks, everyone.